my friends, welcome back to Rose's Creative Wings, and this is part 2 of my making my junky art journal. And so in the first part, I left off with the pages completely done, and I was going to do the sewing. So I did that already. Let me see. So I did some sewing throughout the pages. So I went all the way around. Let me just cut this little piece out of here. I was trying to cut off all the little strings, but I left some. So I sewed throughout the pages. So like this on all of them, and then I did sew in between. Some of the pieces were a little thicker than others, so I made sure that I sewed some of those down. And I also just sewed just because I like the way it looks with the sewing. I did some swirls and things like that, so I did sew through every single one of them. And so I like the way they came out. So they're all sewn. You see, I just sit like that. I don't know if you can see it. So you see sewing, and sewing, sewing. These are the pieces that were a little bit thicker that were coming out, so I would sew right through them, just to make sure they stay down. Yeah, so that part is done. So now I wanted to focus on the cover a little bit. Oh, this is upside down. Like I mentioned before, let me just put this rubber band around it. I was thinking of just kind of doing like a patch type of Frankenstein type of cover with these pieces here. So I thought about something like this, possibly like this. I'm not sure, something like that. I put it together before. But this is also to give it like to thicken to support the cover. It's mainly for that, but I just wanted to see if I could just make the cover cuter. So what I thought was, because the thing is, if I do it with these papers, I still have to design or do something in the front. I don't like to leave my journals plain, so eventually I will do the covers. But oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. I thought about using maybe these here. This is my art that I did quite a while ago. I did it in really big sheets, and then I cut them down. And so I thought that some of these I did on copy paper, and then some of them I did on cardstock. So I was thinking of using the ones that I did on cardstock since they're a little bit heavier, and just putting those instead of putting the plain ones for support, and also at the same time just adding some mixed media design to it, right? So let me see, I'm just touching the paper because these are the ones that I did with the copy paper, and I think the ones in the back. So these here are the thicker ones that I did with the cardstock. So maybe I should take out a few pieces. There's a piece here already, and see how it looks. I think I'm gonna have to use some of these in the front because I like the red, so I want to like kind of like blend it in different colors. So I may have to use that one even though it's on copy paper. But let me see what I'm trying to do. Let me see if I can just remove this here. So something like this, but kind of like patchwork. What do you think? And then I was gonna glue it on and also sew it. But of course I have to do the same thing that I did with the other ones, because I don't want this to be super neat. And you see, I can do something like that. Let's see what else. Let's see the yellow. See, something to that effect, like, yeah. So I think I want to do that instead. It'll give the cover some support, because this paper is cardstock, so it'll give it some support, but at the same time it'll give it like a nice design. So as far as the red, I'm just gonna probably I'll try it and see if it gives it some support. So yeah, let me just make a hole on this here so I can put these back. Let's see what other color I can use. Use this one with the brown. What about if I let's see. I think something like that, right? And then oh yeah, I think something like that is better. So I'm gonna glue these down. Again, I don't care that they're not perfect. I want everything to just be unperfect. I'm gonna use my Avery glue. And I need I'm gonna use a copy paper for this. that's going to be the cover. Maybe I'll go over it with gesso instead, just to tone it down a little bit. I feel like it's really, I mean, I love the colors and everything, but I feel like I have to tone it down, especially if I would like to put like a heading or a title on the book or whatever. But for now, I'll leave it like that. Let it dry, and then I can do something to further complete the cover. So I'm gonna do the same on this side here. Did I use this one on this one? No, I didn't. So I'm going to okay, so that is the covers, and it does give it support, which is what I wanted, so that should be fine. I am going to tone it down a little bit and make it more unison. So yeah, I think I should do that before I actually bind the journal. So I may have to strengthen this part here. So let me bring back the signatures. Let me just clean up. So that is what it's going to look like. Some of the pages stick out, which is totally fine. It doesn't bother me at all. And I think I'm going to just put something here, and probably I'll put some on my tape. I'll use this tape here. So when I bind the holes, we'll have more strength, you know. So let me just cut this little part here. Okay. So that is the book. I have to bind it now. But I don't know if I should do this first. before I bind the book. What do you think? I think I should do that first. Oh, and I also wanted to sew it, so I think that I'm going to sew it first, and then I will add to whatever I want to do, because I don't want these pieces to come out. And if I add any other medium to it and it's wet, it may just the glue may become undone. So I'm going to kind of sew it like I did the first one. Sew it this way, and sew some parts, and I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, so here is the cover. I did some sewing throughout, and I did some sewing like on top of the actual designs here, just to keep some of the papers down. So I know that you can probably see it, so see it there. And I kind of did it like a swiggle type of sewing. Yeah, so, but what I wanted to do now is just tone it down. I don't like it that it's so bright like that. So I'm gonna use some gesso to bring it down a little bit, and I'm going to use a stencil. What do you think? This one here dried really quickly, so I wasn't able to do this, but let me see if I can try something. Okay, my friends, so here is the cover. You can still see the colors under there. I felt like the other one was a little bit too bright for me, so this is just fine. I can put a title on it. So yeah, so that's the cover. It's dried already. So now the signatures or the pages, right? Only one signature pretty much. So now I have to make the hose and add the pages to the book. So I am going to get my hands, my needle and my string, whatever I'm going to use for this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my string and my needle, and this is what I'm going to be using. I chose the brown one, and this is just that string, the binding string. So let's see, I do have to do the hose first. And like I say, I did put these in. So this one here is small. This part here is fine, so I have to be careful with that. So I have to make sure I get all of the pages. So I have to go by that one. So I'm gonna just take this out. I think this is the smallest one. And go by this one. That way I can make sure that all of them are secure once I do the holes. Okay, I'm gonna just mark it first. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. I'm not gonna measure or do any of that. You can definitely do that if you want to. Oh shoot! I made the hole too big. Jeez. Okay, let me do this one here. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of tape on that. I pressed it in too hard. So I'm going to use this as my guide to do the holes on all of them. done. So now I have to go back, and I forgot what I had these in. Okay, so I made the hose. This is going to be a little tricky to put together to bind because the pages are not even, and so I'm going to have to move them around as I'm trying to bind them together. So how am I going to do this? This is going to be a little tricky. So let's see. Let me just get some clips and put these. Try to get these pages as organized as I can. I don't think the clips are actually going to work with this journal because, like I said, I'm not going to be able to clip the pages together because they're not what do I want to say? I want to say they're not even. I can't even see this whole. Let's see if this works. I really don't remember how I did my other journal. It's been a little while. I remember doing the pages. I don't remember binding it. So So here is the journal. I thought it was going to be a lot more difficult to put it together, but actually once you do the hose, it goes easily. So I'm happy with the results. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, that's it. So it does open up nicely here. These art journals like this, you always have to put like a clip to keep them down, because I have to do that with the little one too, because it doesn't stay flat, of course, because of all the paper that you glued on, and of course it's not structured evenly and things like that. So yeah. So here I'm going to cover this, because that's the sewing, and I'm going to cover this. And for now, I'm going to just keep it with a rubber band like this. That is how I was keeping my other one. So that is really big. I thought I was going to do it a little bit bigger, but that's a lot bigger. So now this measures, let's see how much. So that's 11 by 9, and that is the cover. So the pages would probably range between, because they're not even, between 8.5, 9, and 10. Yeah. So again, this is 11 by 8.5. I said 9. No, it's 8.5. It's 11 by 8.5. 11 by, yeah, 8.5. So yeah, I am happy the way it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Would you create something like this for yourself? It doesn't take a lot to create something like this, and you don't have to do it exactly like that. You can just put scraps together, pages that you're upcycling, kind of like a junk journal, and you can use that as a journal too. If you don't want to go through the trouble of doing this, this is going to take you a lot longer to do. It is something that you enjoy doing. Like, I like it. I love the collaging and all that stuff, so to me, I enjoy that. And you can take your time doing it. You don't have to do it all at once. You can do a few pages a day until you get the amount of pages that you want. So I did 11 pages like I did with the small one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I did 11 together, 22. And I did the same amount for the big, large one. So it's 22 pages for both. But look how nice that looks. I love that. Awesome. So yeah, that is my junky art journal, the large one. Thank you guys for coming along. I hope the videos wasn't too long. Again, I would love to know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, would you like to see more things like this in my channel? And yeah, let me know what you think about the journal. Would you create one? If you do and you have a channel, let me know so I can see how you make yours. You could probably change it up a little bit and make it different than mine. Yeah, so thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.